Morning, Sunny Hill.
Morning, everyone. Today we're going to look at just two verses. It's Matthew 1, 20 and 21. So as it's very short, I'm just going to quickly read those. Okay. But after Joseph had considered this is after, that Mary had told Joseph that she was expecting a baby. An angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins."
Yeah, this is just what I picked up on this about the angel with Joseph. He is spoken to in a dream. Zechariah was obviously an angel next to the altar. Mary, an angel appeared, but with Joseph's angel was in his dream. And God can use all sorts of ways to talk to us. With Joseph, it was a dream, and he absolutely knew that this dream was an angel. It wasn't just something that he thought up, something that came into his head. It was an actual dream that was sent by God through an angel to tell him that there's more or less there's no problem in you taking Mary to be your wife, because I would have thought that Joseph's thought would have been, well, it's not my baby, but he thought the other way. He thought, well, I'm gonna shield her from any possible, because obviously he loved her no matter what. I think Joseph must have loved Mary because he didn't want her to have shame. He didn't want her to be an outcast. So he said, okay, that's fine, I'll take you as my wife. And the angel confirmed it in a dream, and Joseph must have been completely at peace with what he heard in this dream, and it must have reassured him that this literally was all about God. It was all about God sending the Messiah, because he'd have read scriptures. He knew that Messiah was going to come, and he must have thought, this is how God is going to do it. And it's just incredible, really, that God spoke to him in this dream that convinced him and gave him assurance that this was all from God.
And of course now we've got the Holy Spirit, haven't we? So it's a lot of the time it's the Holy Spirit that prompts us. Either maybe he wakes us up with someone on our heart, or a verse that we need to share with somebody, or just to contact somebody, or to speak to somebody, to speak Jesus' name over them. And the Holy Spirit is so important in our life, that we are attuned to him and listening to him. And it's not just a one-off thing like Mary was told or Joseph was told. This is a constant, all the way through our day and all through our night, that we need to be attuned to what God is saying to us and listening to him. When we're still and when we're quiet, that's when God speaks the clearest sometimes, because we are not thinking about anything else, but he prompts us through his Holy Spirit. And that's amazing when that happens, because we know that if we obey that, when we obey that, we know it's of God, and God will honour that, and he'll honour the words that we say to people. Even though we might not have the right words to say, God honours those who love him.
Yeah, and another thing with Joseph, his reaction was instant. He didn't question anything. Mary didn't question anything. They just accepted what God was gonna, this miracle that God was gonna do through them. I just think it's a wonderful testimony to them of their just quiet acceptance of God's will and plan in their lives. And it makes me wonder whether we're like that, or whether I'm like that I can just accept what God says and instantly act on it, instead of, oh, well, I've got to do this, or maybe I've got to do that.
Yeah, questioning all the time, and putting other things out there. And
I thought really it's a matter of trust.
Yeah.
We can trust God implicitly and with everything, because God is faithful.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.